All right, let's pickle some salmon. I'm Mark, founder of Ava's Wild, and what we're gonna end up with is a really delicious, super high protein, super nutritious, and yummy snack that you can keep in your fridge for a couple of weeks. Basic process is we're gonna take about about 4 pounds of salmon, so roughly 3 fillets. The wild Bristol Bay sockeye that we're providing is about 1.5 pounds on average. So we're gonna take about 3 of those fillets. We're gonna go ahead and skin them and then cut them into about 4-inch chunks. And we'll take those chunks and we'll put them into a large container and create a brine and pour that brine into the container and then let it soak overnight. So this is gonna be a cold brine, so it'll go in your fridge, or if it's cold outside, maybe it's during the winter, you'll just keep it outside. But basically it's a cup of sea salt or kosher salt to a gallon of water, and that's gonna be your brine. So that's the first part of this thing. You're gonna cut that fillet up into about 4-inch chunks, put it into the brine mixture and seal it up and let it stay cold overnight. And what this does is it really firms up the meat and will then allow us to go into the next part of things the following day. After we've let our salmon sit overnight in the brine, we're gonna go ahead and the next day pick up and create our pickling solution. What we need for that is half of a red onion. We need a clove, actually we'll do 3 cloves of garlic. We need a lemon. We need white vinegar, water, and 2 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. And I just mix those things together and pour that all into a saucepan. So we'll put all that into a large pot and we'll bring that mixture to a boil, and then we'll let it simmer for 30 minutes. Now that our pickling solution has simmered for 30 minutes, we'll go ahead and let it cool down. We want it to be cool before we put it in the pickling jars. So it's fairly cool outside. I'm gonna go ahead and just move this whole thing and take it outside. So here we go. We're gonna cube up our salmon into bite-sized bits, and there's not a super exactness to this, but I like to try to keep them pretty uniform. About 1 inch pieces. Just something that you'd like to have as a good sized bite. This salmon will keep for, well, look, it'll keep for a couple weeks really. Keep an eye on it, but honestly, we've had it in the fridge for several weeks at a time, and it's just the best texture. It's just like a firm piece of meat, a firm, good, satisfying bite, and it's got that really great pickly and savory snacking edge to it. The wild salmon that we're sourcing from Bristol Bay, Alaska comes directly from fishermen who've been treating it reverently, and most importantly, take care of this wild salmon system for future generations. They only take enough fish that are required for harvest after they have actually let fish escape up into the river system. So in other words, they let salmon in before they put one net in the water. Enough fish have to get up the river to spawn before they allow people to fish. I have a little salmon helper right below my feet that would love to get his little lips on some of the sockeye. Just finish cubing these up, and then we're going to move on to actually jarring these and putting the salmon in jars with the pickling solution. That'll make it taste oh so good, and will keep it preserved in your refrigerator for a couple of weeks. All right, to wrap this thing up, I have just poured our pickling solution into a more pourable bowl, and I've got a couple of size pickling containers out here. I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit of the solution in there first, and then go ahead and load up on salmon and just kind of do a little bit at a time. We should have plenty of room, I think, between the quart and smaller size here. And so I'm gonna pour some more of that on top. And probably a bit more in here. May get the whole thing in here. Nope, I need two. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lemon, I've saved the lemons. I'll put them in there for the first 24 hours. After that, you probably want to remove them. They'll get kind of bitter. But looks like there's enough. I might put just a scotch more on top there, and then we'll just seal this up. And there you have it. Delicious wild Bristol Bay sockeye salmon pickled. This would be good for a couple weeks in your fridge. Delicious just as it is, or with a little bit of a cracker and maybe a jalapeno or something on the side. So enjoy and let us know what you think of it.